In the capacity planning and requirement availability checking, leveling, for that purpose the network activities has to be released and dispatched on available capacity dates. So first of all, we see any one of the project we consider with the activities which are having capacities and release with that one. So now preparative work for the purpose of this. So this project has two networks. This is one and this is another network. So for this network we can see here it has 4 activities and it has been with the relationships has been assigned for the both the networks. This activity has FS, SS, FS and FS, and this is has FS, SS relationships, and these are having the dates has been assigned with the total float and free floats are developed over here. So now we'll see the WBS elements also released for releasing the activities so that the capacity can be planned. So we can see over here each and every activity as assigned with a WBS element and with the status as release. So these are the activities which are released and released with the status. Settlement rule has been generated. This is also released. So now this project we will use for the capacity requirement, finding out the capacity requirements and capacity leveling. So now we will check the available capacity. We'll go to standard menu, logistics, project system, then we'll go to resources. In the resources, capacity requirement planning, here first of all we'll see the evaluation. The evaluation work center view. There are many transactions. One is for finding the load, the list of orders, if we are using the pool capacity or backlog overload. If you want see the load, there is a transaction is CM01. Here we have to queue the work center which is being used in our network. So here we are changing the unit with the hour. Now we are going for standard overview. Here we can see the week 4, 5, 6, 7. In the week the available capacity is over here 159 and the requirement says 63 hours, and this is remaining available capacity. There is nothing but available capacity minus requirements, that is remaining available capacity, and the load is 40%, and here 40%, 40% is evenly distributed. If required, here we select any one week details. We can see by capacity details and by per period wise. So we have selected week number 5. In the week number 5, this is the network here, and the requirement is this. Requirement is 31 hours. We can if required we can take the activity details also by selecting the fields. So here we'll select some more fields related with the assignments. This is operation, order is there. So we have selected these two fields. Now we can see in this network, this is the activity, has a requirement of 31 hours, and earliest start date is this and latest finish is this. If required, we can further go to the order header by selecting the operation line item. So it is taken as to network header from which this operation has been selected. Now here detailed capacity list we can see in the graphical representation also by selecting the operation numbers. So this is the week, the number of hours loaded for this. So we'll go to back. Then here we can see in other like orders, we can get the list of orders. So here the requirement is there, and this is we can get by order wise also. Here we in this, and variable we have to select the overall profile that we are selecting work center basic load. Now in the work center basic load we are selecting capacity. Now this is also similar way what we are getting over here. So here we can see requirements excluding overload, and wherever overload is this, and remaining available capacity. This is remaining available capacity, and this is requirement. As of now we don't have any overload, so this is the graphical representation for this work center. Similarly we can get for one more work center also. We have to select the unit hour, otherwise we have to change the unit in the profiles. Now this is other work center, the requirement is nil and available capacity is there, and this is the remaining capacity. So this is about the evolution of capacity, and the extended evolution we are having some more transactions. CM50, this is capacity evolution by the period wise it is given. So this is the available capacity we are able to see. Now we will see for the ME01. Now this is, here we are having the requirements. We can select any one and go to the single. It will take us to the exact operation. This is the operation at which the requirement has been made, network, and operation number 0010, and this is the requirement. We can drill down to individual operation in the network. So this is the operation we are using. So this is the advantage of evolution of network activities for the capacity. Now in the order view also we can get this. In the order view we should get the details, like for this particular network, and which is using the work center is this, the week wise the requirements and available capacity and remaining capacity and percentage of loadation. So this is about the evolution of the capacity. Now we'll go for the leveling. This is evolution, the latest status of the capacity, what is the available capacity and what is loaded capacity. Now we will see about leveling of the capacity. Now in the leveling we'll go by work center view. We can see in both ways. Work center USME-01, and if you execute, it will give you the graphical representation of for the leveling purpose. So here week number 7, week number 8, here this is by operation wise. This is the operation wise, and this is the work center. If required, we can shift a graphical option, or from the planning table also we can do the requirement, like there are 3 operations are there for this period. So we can see what is the period being evaluated. Going to the time profile, here we can see clearly for the last 4 months to the next 4 months, that is the database being considered, and evaluation period will be -3 days and next 100 days. Planning period is this and entry type is this. At any point of time we can change this time profile, we can increase or decrease from 3 months to, we can consider it 1 year also. So for the 1 year we can do the evaluation. So we can see over here this is up to 26/1/2015. So now here we have 3 operations, and clearly we can see 1 is in the black color and remaining 3 are in the blue color. The black color means this activity, it is already dispatched. We have to select and see the operation. We'll go to the operation. Here there is one activity which is having the status of dispatched. Dispatched means the leveling, capacity leveling has been takes place already. This job has been scheduled. So similarly we can do for the remaining jobs also. There are 3 more operations are there. So looking into the availability, for example, now the requirement is 63 hours of the job. So 63 hours of the job, this is the remaining capacity. So we can place it like selecting to 4, 5, 6 has been selected to distribute this job. We are dispatching from 9 o'clock to 6th 17 hours. We are distributing this job to 3 days of time. So now we are distributed one more job to available capacity. Now one more job we can consider. We can see accordingly with the available capacity, based on available capacity. Then we are selecting the work center and dispatch. Here we are selecting from 9 o'clock to 17 hours from this work center and dispatch. For example, we have to save once it has been leveling has been done for the requirements. We can select multiple work centers together and we can allocate to both the work centers. Like here we are selecting USEL-01, then change we are considering for the next 6 months. We can see that it has been changed to 6 months period. Now we are executing. Now it should give the requirements with respect to 2 work centers, and now we are allocating the 31 hours job to both of the work centers. So here we are selecting, for example, only this EL work center, here and here, dispatch from 9 o'clock to 17 hours. We are selecting EL, the dispatch. So it has been dispatched successfully. Now we have an option to deallocate the dispatched work centers also. For example, here we will redispatch the job which is already dispatched on this. We will select this and we can say deallocate. So it has been deallocated. Save, go back and we'll allocate it. So this is the type of capacity leveling. Now we'll select this. We are allocating this job in the next week. Here this is available. We are selecting dispatch. So here we are considering both the work centers, and from the 12th to 14th we are distributing this work in the both the work centers. We have to do one by one. So we will first of all we'll do 1 day for first work center. So now we'll save it. Now in this way, suppose we'll go by order view wise. For the next 6 months we'll see. This is the next 6 months. This is order wise. Even these fields also, if required, we can change the requirements. Field values we can change if required, and planning board information will contains the entire profiles list, the overall profile, selection profile, time profile, evolution profile, what are the profiles has been being used, and active periods, total requirement, how much is distributed, overall available capacity. This information will be available over here. Now based upon this, now whatever we have evaluated, we can see in the graphical representation also for the next 3 months. We can see the graphical representation for this particular order. So in the two work centers we are able to see. Now the color legend is when we do in the realistic dispatch leveling, this will be very much useful. We can easily understand once we are started doing. So here we can understand on here, this is the legend for standard operation, standard fully conformed, and so we'll see the status once these operations has been dispatched. And this is like CM25 is one more method. These are all different facilities we have. So we'll take here weekly period, the output will be similar whatever transaction we select, and there is one rough cut planning also. And in the project view, it is by the with the help of WBS element, we have to give the WBS element. So for against a WBS element also we can find out the leveling part. So now we will go to next available capacity. Also we can see available capacity against a resource, and this is the requirements. That means what are the requirements against a network activity. In the network activity, whatever the work is there, and we can see the status of each and every activity has been dispatched. That means it has been already scheduled. So we can see the capacity leveling from the directly from the network also. And stock and requirement list for the operations. Display calendar. From the calendar we can select the dates whatever we require, and capacity graphic. For that purpose we have to use the resource. This will give the capacity graphical representation. So we can see this much, this is available, and the overload part, and this is the overview of the entire capacity. the requirements available, and this is the overload part. Overload is not there. So right side, this is month wise, month, 4th month, 5th month, 6th month, 7th. This is entirely month wise. And this is the capacity overview. Now these are all profile types, and this is about the screen display, wide screen or a normal screen, and operation with the splits. If any operations are splitted, we can see here we haven't splitted any operation. And this evaluation part, and we can go by operations. So this is about the capacity leveling. And if required, we can once again we can see the overview of each and every capacity after making scheduling, if any change is there. So we can see over here, this is by day wise, or we can change this profile from entry type. Calendars is there. Now we'll take it to other profile. This is all calendar days for the next 10 days and 15 days. So this is leveling of the evolution of the existing capacity. So this is all about this work center capacity evolution, leveling, and setting the requirement.